Hello friends, welcome to the 91st session of Hybris tutorial. Guys, in this session, we are going to learn the dynamic business process in SAP Hybris. Guys, this is a very important topic and is frequently asked in the interview questions as well. Most of the existing projects, those were using the traditional business process, now they are moving towards the dynamic business process concept. So this video is going to be very important for you. So what we are going to learn in this video, firstly, I will be showing you or I will be giving you a demo, a working example of dynamic business process. I will be showing you a working example where I will be showing you how we can create a dynamic business process. Okay, then we will go back to the basics and we will see what is business process in SAP Hybris, what is its actual use, how the business process concept is being used in actual projects, right? So that is what we are going to learn in the point B. Then guys, I will be telling you or I will be showing you one sample code example how we can create a traditional static business process that I will be telling you. Finally guys, then we will start discussing the dynamic business process in SAP Hybris. What is dynamic business process, how it is different from the normal business process, we will learn all these concepts. I will also tell you what are the benefits of dynamic business process over the normal business process, how it is beneficial, right, and why projects are moving towards the dynamic business process now. So we will be discussing all those points. And guys, finally, I will be creating a dynamic business process. I will be showing you a end-to-end working example, right, where I will be creating a business process which will be dynamic in nature, right, and I will be showing you a working demo example as well. So this video is a complete video, and once you go through this full video, you will have the full knowledge about the dynamic business process. And guys, I have already uploaded the notes and the code files related to the dynamic business process on the Google Drive. So you can see I have already uploaded all the relevant files on the Google Drive. So how you can access these files, so you just have to click on the link which is given in the comment section of this video, and then you can also get the access to these notes and the code files related to the dynamic business process, right? Now guys, firstly I will be showing you a working example of dynamic business process. How I have done this, I have created basically a OCC, right, OCC API, and through which I am calling or I am creating a dynamic business process. For example guys, if you see, this is the postman, and I have already explained you the OCC web service in my last video. If you have not watched the video, you can watch the video related to OCC web services. The link of video is given in the description box as well as on the top right corner in card section. So you can click over here and you can also watch the video related to the OCC web services. But for now I have already created one link which will be basically creating a dynamic business process. So you can see, as soon as this is a secured API, and which one is that API? If you see in my code, I have created one OCC controller. So you can see this is the OCC controller where I have written an API create dynamic business process, right? And because of this API will automatically internally create a dynamic business process. We will be going, or we are going to learn this from the scratch in the upcoming part of this video, how we can create a dynamic business process. But now I am showing you a demo or working example. So I will be calling this API, and this API will be internally creating a dynamic business process. I will show you as well that dynamic business process has been created. Okay, so you can see I'm going to the postman, and you can see I'm creating a new access token. Access token has been created. Right now guys, over here, if you see in the dynamic business process, I am creating a new dynamic business process and I am giving back this new dynamic business process in response to this API. So once the business process will be created, I will get back the response. In the response, I will get the business process code, right? And guys, if it is not clear, don't worry, I will tell you end-to-end steps for the creation of the dynamic business process in the future part or upcoming part of this video. Okay, so you can see I'm clicking on the send, and as soon as guys, I click on the send button, you can see a dynamic business process has been created. And inside that dynamic business process, I have written some actions also. So you can see the first action is Hybris Tube action. So this action got called automatically, and that's why you can see this log has been printed, right? Second action is this Hybris Tube action 2, right? Then that's it is also getting called, and that's why action 2 or this log is getting printed. Where these logs are written, if I show you Hybris Tube action 1, Hybris Tube action 1, you can see if I go over here, right? Right, so you can see this is where I have printed this log. That is why you see this log, yeah, right, over here, right? Now, how this dynamic business process I have created, how I have integrated all these actions classes, right? That I am going to show you in this video only. We will be creating everything from the scratch. I will be creating a business process, I will be creating a new action from the scratch in this video. But since this dynamic business process has been created, let's try to see how it is looking in the back office. So you can see if I go to the if I go to the back office, and guys, why I am able to open these tools like back office, because I have done the B2C accelerator setup in my system. That's why I am able to access the back office. In case you have not done this, you can watch my video. Link of video is given in the description box, as well as on the top right corner in card section. If you don't have the software access, right, then again you can request for the software access by clicking on the link which is given in the comment section of this video. But since I already have this software access, that's why you can see I have the files installed in my system, and that is why I am able to access this back office. Okay, but for now, guys, I will just log in into the back office. So you can see I am logging into the back office, right? And once it will be logged in, I will be showing you the new business process, right? The new business process which is created. Now you can see the back office has been opened. So what I will do, I will go to the business process. So you can see I am going to the business process, right? And I will try to search the business process which we just have created, right? So you can see this is the business process we had created, and this is in the success state, right? And over here you can see I'm getting a message as well, Hybris Tube custom dynamic business process is completed, right? So how it is created, how these messages are just getting displayed, we will be discussing everything in the upcoming part of this video. We will see how these names are also coming, right? We will be discussing everything. But you can see with this business process, these actions are associated: Hybris Tube action 1, Hybris Tube action 2, right? How these actions are binded with this business process, that also we are going to learn in this video. But this is a working example of the dynamic business process, right? How it is a dynamic in nature, right? I will be telling you everything in this video only. Okay, so now, guys, I will just show you one static business process example also. So for that, I have created another API. So if I show you my controller class, so you can see over here, I have created, you can see I have created one static business process also. So you can see this will, once this API will be called, it will be creating a static business process. Okay, how it will be creating, which all classes are called internally, that I will be telling you in some time. But if I call this API, you will see that this will create a static business process. Okay, and this is the API which we need to call to to create a static business process. Okay, so you can see I am calling this, I am clicking on send button, And as soon as, guys, I click on the send button, you can see it has created a static business process. It has created a static business process. Internally, I have called the same actions, right? So you can see now it is calling the Hybris Tube action 1, action 2, how it is getting called, why action 1 is getting called, before action 2. That also I will be telling you in this video only, right? But if we see this, you can see if I copy this, right, if we try to search in the back office, you will be able to find this business process also. So you can see this is the same business process which we have just created, and this is a static business process, right? How it is different from the dynamic business process, that we are going to discuss in some time. But this is how it is also looking, right? I have not told you yet how it is different from the dynamic business process. That I will be telling you once I will show you the benefits of the dynamic business process over the static business process. But I hope now you have a demo or working example of dynamic business process. You have seen that how a dynamic business process looks like, right? But for those who doesn't know what is business process in SAP Hybris, I will just give you a brief explanation. Although I have already created a video on the static business process. If you have not watched that video, you can watch the video. Link of the video is given in the description box as well as on the top right corner in card section. So in that video, I have shown you end-to-end working example of static business process, how to create that, and how the static business process is used in actual projects. But still I will give you a very brief idea about the business process, right, and its use in the actual projects. Okay, so business process, where it is used, I will be taking the example of order fulfillment process. That is also a very demanding topic, although I will create a separate video on the order process. But still I will give you some glimpse of the order fulfillment process. Okay, so first of all, what is business process in Hybris? So business process in Hybris that we are going to discuss. So business process includes, we can write the definition: business process includes a series of steps, a series of steps to be executed, to be executed to fulfill a business requirement. A business requirement, so it means, let's say there is a business requirement, right? So let's say there is a business requirement that we have to create the order and we have to export that order to the warehouse, right? It will have multiple steps, so this is just a business requirement. So how it can be achieved? So it can be achieved using a series of steps, right? Which all are the steps we will discuss in some time. But business process includes a series of steps, and we call those steps as actions. In the demo I showed you, right, we were writing some actions. So it includes a series of steps which needs to be executed, and why those needs to be executed: to fulfill a business requirement. Now I will go detail into this point. Let's say I have a requirement that, so requirement is, once the customer places the order, once the customer places order on website, right, we need to send the order details to ECC. Okay, so ECC is another tool of SAP only, right? So where we do the calculation part or the billing part, right? We need to send the order details to ECC, plus we need to export, order details to warehouse. So these all are the steps we need to do. Additionally, As soon as warehouse sends us some confirmation that this order is pick packed, shipped, or delivered, so warehouse can send these status to SAP Hybris, right? We need to update the order status in customer profile. You must have seen this type of thing in the Amazon also when you place an order, right? So at that time, in some time in your customer profile in the order section, you will start noticing the status of the order, that this order is now pick packed, this order is now shipped, right? And this order is now delivered to the customer. And once similarly, once you start the return process also, the same steps you will see in the customer profile. So how those steps are performed, those steps are performed using the concept of business process. Okay, so this means this is a requirement, and this whole process is called as order fulfillment process. To fulfill the order, these steps are needed, right? We need to send the details to ECC, right, so that they can perform the reconciliation part. We need to export the order details to warehouse so that they can actually deliver the order to the customer address, right? So when we say the order details to warehouse, it means we need to send the customer address, customer name, customer email address, right? Order details, which all items has to be delivered, what is the price of those items, everything we have to send to the warehouse plus ECC, right? And once we send these details, then warehouse has to deliver those items to the customer address. So warehouse has to tell because warehouse and Hybris application are two different systems, right? So they have to communicate with each other. There are different ways of communication. One way can be, there can be a CPI integration between the warehouse and SAP Hybris application. So there can be multiple ways of integration between different systems. But basically, warehouse has to send the details back to the SAP Hybris, stating that this order is now pick pack shipped delivered, right? So that we can update the order status in the customer profile accordingly. Okay, so it means we have a series of steps how we can divide this whole requirement into different part. So first part is, as soon as the order is placed, we need to, first thing is, let's say we need to check whether everything is correct in order or not, right? When I say everything is correct, now I am just telling you the whole order fulfillment process. I will show you the coding part also. So everything is correct in order or not. So what it means, it means we need to see prices are there in the order, right? Prices are there, currency is set correctly or not. Maybe there is any glitch, right? Because of that, currency is not set properly, right? So order price, right? Currency, addresses are there or not, because if we export the orders to the warehouse without address, it is of no use for the warehouse. So there should be some preliminary checks, right, which we need to perform before sending the details to the warehouse. So this is one step, right? So this is the step one. Okay, so and we learned business process is a series of steps. And to perform this step, we have written one action. I will tell you in some time which action is that. Once this is done, and we can do the ATP stock check also, that at that time whether the stock for the items placed by the customer in that order is there or not. If stock is not there, we can directly cancel the order at that stage only before exporting the, or cancel or send some short pick update to the customer before exporting details to the warehouse. Okay, there can be other steps like send details to ECC. Third step can be send the details to warehouse. Okay, another step can be wait for the warehouse pick pack status, right? We are waiting, we are stuck, we are waiting that warehouse will send us the pick pack status. Once warehouse will send the pick pack status, so at that time accept the pick pack status and update the order status accordingly. When I say update the order status, it means we have to move the order status to the next stage. I will be covering all those parts in a separate video because otherwise it will be a very long video. Okay, so similarly then there can be step wait for the shipment status, wait for shipment status, right? So for performing all these steps, guys, we have written actions and how this is done. So for that, guys, there is a business process or there is a process.xml written in Hybris. So if I show you, this is the order fulfillment process which is written over here. You can see I was telling you that we perform multiple steps, we perform a series of steps, so these all are the series of steps, right? So first step, like I was showing you, that we firstly check whether everything is correct in order, including the right price, currency, stock, everything is there or not. So you can see for that they have written this section, check order action, right? So once the fulfillment or once the order is completed, once order is placed, automatically system call this order fulfillment process or system call this order process.xml. How it is called? Although I have already explained in my previous video, but still I will tell you from where this order process.xml is getting called in our Java code. Okay, but once this is called, first action or first step it does is it calls this action, which does some steps. This is the bean which it is getting called, where this bean is defined. So you can see I am calling the XML file, and in that XML file you can see at this place we have this check order action bean, right? If I go into this bean, you can see this is a action class, and every action class will be extending a abstract simple decision action. Okay, so if it extends, then it has to override this execute action method. Okay, and here you can see we are doing multiple steps, we are checking, okay, whether the status is correct or not, but we are doing multiple type of things. Basically we are doing the validation part over here. Once the validation part is done, in this bean it can return multiple status. It can return, depending on the situation or condition, it is returning either transition dot nok or it is returning transition dot ok, right? Based on this, we have written a condition that if it returns NOK, we will be going to the error state. And for error state, guys, if you see in the end, we have written a end condition error, and we will be moving such type of business process into the error state. Like this is in the success state. But if the business process check order action business process gives me the it gives me an OK status, right? If it gives me an OK status, I'm going to error, and business process will go into error state, and we will see this message all went wrong. Okay, but if it returns the OK status, then it is going to this bean or this action, check authorize order payment. And where is this written? So you can see I have called the dynamic business process. This dynamic business process has been created. Okay, let's see now in our new dynamic business process whether we are calling action 2 or not, because I showed you on the runtime only I bypass the action. I bypass the action 2, right? Now let's see whether action 2 is getting called or not. Okay, now you can see only action 1 is called, right? And the process went into the success state. But I hope it is crystal clear to you why dynamic business process is beneficial over the static business process, because you can change the business logic behavior at runtime only. You don't need to restart your system, right, and then need to change the process definition. Here you can play on the runtime. So that is why most of the projects are moving away from the static business process concept, and they are basically moving towards the dynamic business process. They are even migrating their current static business processes to the dynamic business process. So what all are the steps involved, I have already given you, and all these steps I have already uploaded in the Google Drive. So you can see even I have given that impacts also, right? So everything is present over here in the Google Drive. So you just have to click on the link which is given in the comment section, and you can also get the access to this code files. But guys, I hope this concept is clear to you. Is the difference between a static business process and a dynamic business process, how the dynamic business process is beneficial, what is the benefit of using dynamic business process, why projects are moving towards the dynamic business process, why they are migrating their existing static business process to the dynamic business process. I have explained you all these concepts in this video with an end-to-end working example of dynamic business process as well. So I hope this video is informative for you, and guys, if this video is useful for you, please share this channel with your friends. Thank you for watching. Bye.